Welcome everybody to the Clem and Claw show tonight. Today, as everybody knows, is April the 25th from the parts unknown. As usual, as you know, second and fourth Mondays of every month, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 8:30 Central Time, 6:30 Pacific Time. Uh, a lot of cat fights happen. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'll give you a summary of what I watched. There's one that just finished out that hasn't even come out yet, so let's be serious. But other than that, and updates. Other than that, nothing much. What are you saying?
I'm just happy to be here.
Same, same. How'd your week go? Decent week last week since the last time we talked.
it went okay. Um, it just been I had a women's basketball tournament that I ended up working um for rising seniors and rising juniors.
Uh huh.
Um, and it had anybody was in women's college basketball. Gino was there the last day. It was a 3-day tournament. Dawn Staley was there day two.
Yep.
The lady from Arizona, I forgot her name. She was
She was
in the
there too.
final. Yeah, she was there day two. I saw the OU people. I saw them. Yeah, anybody who was anybody at D1, you was there that weekend. At least one day. At least one day.
Wow. Interesting. Summer basketball tournament. I like that. See ya. See ya. Not
It
much
was
going
sponsored
on.
by Nike, so it was
Of
one of
course.
the biggest, one of the Nike biggest ones of the year.
Anything sponsored by Nike has to be big. We all know this. So yeah. Happy that you got a gig. Happy that you were able to shoot some stuff. So that worked out pretty well for you. You got something to work. You had something to work. And you didn't have to be so bored out of your mind. So happy about that. Yes. Uh, updates. All right. So as everybody knows, we were supposed to have Reagan on the show, but last minute she pretty much told us that her flight was later than usual, or it was gonna be later today. Let's put it that way. So she had to push back her shoot till tonight. So we'll get with her eventually, but sorry about that, people. Life happens. I guess he was trying to. I guess my guy was trying to get. I guess Gia Love he was trying to get, and that fell through also. I guess
And then a couple of others, and none of them materialized. So
none of these
move
people
on.
materialize.
So
We'll
we move on.
we're gonna stay. We'll keep y'all updated when that happens. If we have anybody, but other than that, uh, some news. Let's see. Oh yeah, my guy Chris announced two more fights coming up. The first one is May 28th. Speaking of the aforementioned Queen Gia Love versus Yasmin. That's the 28th. The
Okay.
news on that one is it's actually going to be a topless match. It's going to be topless, which is news because we all know topless matches unfortunately sell, right? But I'm just saying that now because he put it out there. It's going to be the 20-minute cat fight, the standard rules for him. 20-minute cat fight, 4 or 5 minute rounds, the normals. Face slaps are included in this one. So compared to the last one, yeah, last fight for Yasmin didn't have any face slaps. This one does. And Reagan has her cat fight on Kitty Claus on June the 5th. It's going to be a new girl named Karma Rose versus Savannah Fox. If we don't know who Savannah Fox is, she's a session wrestler, so it's going to be interesting. I think it's both their first cat fights. So let me pull out. I don't know what I did with the rules. I'm gonna bring it up if I can find it on my Twitter real quick. We'll pull this up.
Because I know it's yeah, so it's the first one for both ladies, and this is going to be held in Memphis. I take it correct.
Correct. Memphis on June 5th. It'll start at 8 p.m. Eastern time, I believe. It's gonna be on Jitsi Meet. Make sure you contact Kayla Arjanet at what was her website? I forgot. Crap. But yeah, yeah. Hold up. Sorry for the delay, people. It is ready. My
I
bad.
mean, I just have an IG. That's
That'll
oh,
work.
oh,
That'll work. Her IG will
yeah, but
work.
I gotta change. That was when the July.
Let me see if I can bring it to the screen or copy it on the screen.
Yeah.
Share screen. I'm sorry. Where is
That's
it
why
at?
I can.
Not that one.
And then I think on Twitter, that's her Twitter account. Yeah, I still
Oh
had that.
crap. Okay. Oh, Google Chrome tab. Yeah, that's the one I was looking for.
All right,
Okay.
bring it in.
I'll find it in a minute.
I think.
Did I get it on here? Okay, there we go. All right. So basically, Reagan has announced it's Miss Big Booty for people who know Booty Fox out with Savannah Fox and Karma. Uh, email her. Emails on the flyer June 5th, 8 p.m. The Battle of Memphis. There you go. On the flyer, people it says June 5th starts at 8 p.m. Contact modelhouseshoot@gmail.com. Did you get that?
Okay, Mother House Shoot at
Model
gmail.com.
House shootout. I'll spell it for you
Oh, Mother House Shootout. Okay, I see here.
at gmail.com. And she has one that is Kayla Archanet booking info at gmail.com.
Okay.
Okay, let me find some. Let me go find the other part. I'm done with this part. Let me throw that in there.
I'll let you find it. Give you a second to scroll through. Now I'll bring it back in.
I have one more thing. I'm trying to see if I can find the rules to this. I done all the hard part. Okay, here we go. Let's
I'm going to
see.
bring it back in.
Okay, let me make this bigger or try to make this bigger. Oops. So the rules are as follow: no close fists to the face, open hand slaps. Okay, for people who know, this is pretty much the same rules for the fight with Janai and Gilly, pretty much. No kick get down opponent, nothing to the kidneys, no knees to the face or back, no biting, joint locks, arm bars, wrist locks, ankle locks, etc. Breast attacks, crotch attacks are okay. Opponent with the least amount of submissions wins. Basically, what she's saying is the opponent that submits the least wins. That's what that means. And $500 to the winner. That is it for this. Back to the screen.
Mm.
Let me kick myself. There we go. All right. And then the same rules were, and then the last fight is July 2nd, which is between Alexa Kiss and Emma Ray. Interesting. Make it that how you want that one. Same rules as applied. I'll talk more about the rules of those fights later. Uh, is there anything else? Oh yeah, all the fights that happened. I'm gonna start with the last one, which was Slap City. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna say what happened, but it was cut short. I'll say that. I'll leave it at that. It did happen. The fight did happen. It just didn't last very long. I'll leave it at that. As everybody knows, it was Ify and Maria, and as everybody knows, back and forth trash talking to promote the fight pretty much for the whole week, 2 weeks actually, since it got pushed back. According to some people, according to the producer himself, I'm gonna quote what he said. He said this was a how do you put it? Violent fight. So that's how he put it. His words, not mine. So it's gonna be on his Gumroad page. I know that for a fact. I don't know his Gumroad page, but it's on there already. And I think there's a trailer. Let me find that real quick. Since I'm killing
So it's
time.
already up and out, or you just released a trailer and they're going to do that later?
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna check his whole thing first, and I'll tell you that. I'll
Because
give you
that
the.
was my understanding when I saw the trailer earlier today that they was going to release the full version later.
Oh yeah, later this week.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah, later this week they'll release it on the go. They talk about interviews, stare downs, free fight slaps, all that stuff. So yeah, the other one, Mexican cat fight, is already on their Gumroad page already. I know that for a fact because I saw that one, which
So
was his wife, Rodolfo's wife, versus Yamilith. I think that one's going for $35. I know that for a fact because I saw that one. So that one's $35. Let me see if I can get his uh Gumroad page because I'm promoting everybody. So let me see if I can get him up here real quick. Get him up here. Yes. Okay. Let me get this up. The only reason I'm putting this up is for reasons because I just want to put in the Gumroad app. That's the only reason why I'm doing it. Can care less about the video. Let's Okay, if you people can see the screen real quick, the Gumroad page. Oops, that did not. Well, okay, there we go. So it's MexicanCatfight.gumroad.com uh, /I/EBT. So that fight's on there. So there's that. I'm gonna close that one real quick. There's not much to talk about there. And then yes, and then of course the two fights. Right, and then of course the two fights of CE Hotels, which is as everybody knows, the real main event was Sexy White versus Yasmin. So that's on there. It's been on the men's Gumroad page. Everybody knows Chris and Gia Love and Alexa Kiss, and yeah, that's it, man. All of those are on the men's Gumroad page. So that's all I have. That's
Okay.
all I have.
Yep. And then, like I said, the one other fight that's out there that's been scheduled is the one that's June 25th, the four-way cat fight. That's going to be out there too as well. With Lady O Productions. And so if you want to contact her, just
Contact her
ladyoproductions.com. Yeah. And so, like I said, I have the four of Juliet, which is Juliet Gia Love, and
in terms of
Sahar,
Sahar. Yeah,
Sahar, and
Shakira.
yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
so if you
out
want
there
to fight
too.
for that fight, yeah, if that fight is $50, contact Lady O's Productions if you want that.
Mm.
It looks like that fight is going to happen. I don't know. I'm going to say New York. It feels like it's going to be New York. He hasn't been a location. I don't even know. All I know is she was in Florida, producing her videos, so we know that much. It's all over Twitter. I don't have to say too much about Lady O. It speaks for herself there. Let's see. Oh yeah, I also had a conversation about Miss Lyric. I'll go ahead and bring it up to. I'll bring it up.
Nah, no need.
Actually, it's somewhat new. It's somewhat newish. You would think she's going to retire, but according to Adam, if she recovers well, she might come back.
Right. It's,
We'll see. I'm just bringing it up. I don't think it's much, but I'm bringing it up. I'm saying there's a chance. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there's a chance. Let's put it that way. Other than that, let's see what else. Yeah, that's it for that. That's it for the Catfight news. Let me see. Boxing. Anybody watch the Tyson Fury fight? I saw that one.
I didn't say. I didn't even know he was fighting.
He was. He ended up fighting in the Wembley Stadium against is it White Dylan White. If you're a fan of heavyweight boxing, it wasn't a great fight. Really, there was a lot of hugging, a lot of holding. Referees giving warning, both sides, and they finally knocked the man out with an uppercut in the sixth round and 259. Yeah, 259 in the sixth round. So that was over. The man says he's going to retire. We'll see about that. That's what he
Who
says.
was? Did he ever fight Anthony Joshua?
Nope.
He never did fight Joshua.
And so Joshua still has to fight Usyk first. Joshua has to beat Usyk. Then it might happen.
Right.
It might happen.
Part of it is Joshua's fault that he didn't take care of his business. But, for Fury to have said that he fought everyone, because I think he fought Usyk too, Abby. I
I
think,
don't
but
think he
that
fought
was
Usyk.
years.
Yeah. He did he fight Usyk? Because I don't
I,
remember.
if he did, it was a long time ago. But anyway, for what it was worth, pretty much cleaned out everybody that was in front of him the last couple of years. So
Yeah. Do you want to see a Joshua versus Fury fight?
um, I think that's the last big payday, and that way the average fan, the average fan that's not really steeped in the boxing can say, oh well, they know the name, um, and it'll be like, oh okay, well he done fought everybody, so to say.
Yeah. I don't know if that fight's going to happen in England. It sounded like if that fight was to happen, it might be outside of England, but that's a guess
But
on my part.
my thing is, both of them is from England, right?
True.
Why would you not want to have that fight anywhere but England?
I don't know. It might be a money thing. You know how this. You know how these boxing promoters are.
Because to bring them both to the states doesn't make any sense, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's probably better off to have it at Wembley Stadium, but I don't know. They might have it at Saudi Arabia. Who knows? I don't know. It makes no sense either to do that. But like I said, these are boxer promoters have no common sense. They don't think about the fans or the fighters. They just think what's best for their pockets and best for the business, all that nonsense. So that's it on boxing. Let me see anything
The
else.
only other thing I know is that the new UFC season 30 of the
Uh-huh.
Ultimate Fight. I'm like, God, dog, I didn't realize they didn't have 30 seasons of this thing. I
Ooh,
know
I
it's
didn't
been
know
30
that one.
years. They must be having like 3 or 4 seasons
A
um,
year,
a year because
half.
I'm like, there ain't no way they had that many, or at least two. They could have
Mm.
had at least two because like Bisping was one winner.
Yep,
Like the season 2 or season 3 or somewhere early. So I'm thinking it's got to be at least two. Maybe in the beginning it was 1 or 2 a year. Last couple months it seemed like they just throwing in a new season. But anyway,
yep.
uh, the coaches this time were Nunez and Pena. So
Ah, if and for people who don't know the story, that's for people who don't know the story, that's what Miss Juliana Pena, Pena beat Amanda Nunes. So that'll be interesting.
well, the thing about
Nice
Nunez
fight.
and Pena is Pena was the first female UFC the Ultimate Fighter winner. You
Yep.
know, as far as the ladies go.
Mm.
So for her to be the first one to get the contract and now to come back this time as a coach, this will be interesting. One of the participants in the show, because ESPN had a whole hour thing on ESPN2. I watched that. Um, uh, Usman, his brother,
Ooh.
is competing in this season. So
Ooh.
Usman gave him some advice, going in because Usman went through it, won
Yep.
contract and stuff like that. So that'd be interesting with his brother. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Usman fights under is welterweight or he fights under light heavyweight. What does Usman fight under?
Good question. I have to look it up.
I know
Usman.
it's not heavyweight because that's Francis. I know it's
That's
not heavyweight.
Ngannou. Francis Ngannou. Speaking of him, I'll talk about him in a minute.
Because Usman was still recovering from hand surgery because he showed his hand. He was like, yeah, as soon as doctor clear him, he's looking at maybe having a fight either July, August, or September, depending on when
Welterweight
he's
division.
welterweight. Okay, so his brother is going in for a heavyweight.
Oh, okay.
His brother is
Yep.
going in for heavyweight. Um, this particular one, they're doing flyweights for the women, and they're doing heavyweight for the
Heavyweights for
men.
the men.
And so that's what they're going to do it on for this season. It'll be 16 total fighters, 8 of each, 8 men, 8 women. Each team will have 4 of each. Um, yeah. So and that's how they're going to do it.
Oh,
Uh,
I got news on Mr. Ngannou. Speaking of him,
okay.
they said some. I guess Francis Ngannou says he won't resign with the UFC unless he has a chance to fight Tyson Fury. This has been reported by
Oh
MMA Fighting,
Lord.
MMA Junkie, all of it. That's what he said. His words. I'm with you. I don't like this idea at all. But I guess he wants Tyson Fury to be in the heavyweight division. Is that what he said? I think that's what he said. Let me
Fury
look.
is not an MMA guy.
I know that.
Not
I
at
agree.
all. That wouldn't even.
Oh, he said. Oh, so it's, okay. Headline says Francis Ngannou says resigning with the UFC without an opportunity to box Fury is not an option. So, wow. Okay.
Now Nagano want to box him. I think that'd be an interesting fight, but I'm not trying to see Fury. No, man.
I agree.
No, I'm
I
not
agree.
trying to see that.
So basically, I guess I guess Ngannou is having issues with Dana White. I guess when it comes to
Yeah,
trying to
because
resolve his contract.
he won the title on like with bad knees. I think didn't he tear like both his MCLs or something like that? He had
Yes.
tore and still
Yes.
won the fight, won the title, and just it was the end of the contract. And even though he didn't won the title, it's kind of like a thing. Normally, you're supposed to have a rematch clause or something, and that's supposed to help trigger it. It's a mess. As a man, I'm sure at some point, if they can ever get Conor McGregor worked out, they can Nagano. I think this is going to be more par for the course if you have a big enough name to it.
Correct.
Because let's be honest, you take away Tyson Fury, Well, you want to see a Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua or Usyk or any of these other guys fight anybody. You just no. Fury is a big enough name to do it.
Yeah,
Like
Tyson
Fury,
Fury. Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, maybe was like the big enough names. Everybody else right
Manny
now,
Pacquiao was a big enough name. Now he's expert. What's his name? Expiration day. So no, I don't want to see him. Floyd Mayweather was good.
Canelo maybe,
Canelo, yes.
Canelo
Uh,
maybe, Canelo
Canelo
maybe.
is a yes. Uh, Floyd Mayweather was great in his time, but now I don't think anybody wants to see him
None
again.
right.
Sorry, no
You see
disrespect to him.
the whole exhibition with Jake Paul was just enough to be like whatever.
Nah, man, I didn't even want to see. I didn't even when they announced the exhibition between Jake Paul and him, man. Nah, less of that, less of that. Nah,
Um,
we don't care. Don't get wrong. We respect Floyd Mayweather, but no, man. Right?
like,
No,
because celebrity boxing's been a thing for years. So
true, true.
had been when you had like folks like Manute Bowl and Dennis Rodman and different ones, it's always been there. So,
Right.
um, yeah.
So yeah. So yeah. Basically,
I'll
Ngannou.
put it this way: the next celebrity boxer I want to see will be Chris Rock and Will Smith. That's what I want.
Oh, that'd be a good one. Right? Let
Matter
him
of
actually.
fact, go back MTV old school, bring Celebrity Death Match, and then just
There
bring.
you go. Celebrity death
They,
match with what? Miles Lane or Les
well,
Miles?
what you
Rest in peace.
because Miles Lane done passed on. Miles done passed on, so I
I
don't know
know.
who you could bring back or who you
Uh,
could bring in there to replace. That's the me. I think would have been the harder part, trying to figure out who you would have got to replace Miles Lane with.
that's it. That's it. This is
I,
it, man.
yeah,
So yeah, actually, Ngannou's thing is his issue is more on the business side. I
yeah.
guess his problems with Dana White was on the business side. I guess it's probably about money and probably about promotion,
Of
advertisement
course,
stuff.
of
I
course,
think
of course, of course.
as usual. So that's it on Mr.
Let me ask a dangerous question.
Go ahead.
Do you think if they was of a different ethnicity, they might would have got pushed more? Like somebody like
Uh,
a Francis Ngannou. Like I know he had the 1 to 2 little commercials or whatever with the tire folks or
uh-huh,
whatever,
uh-huh.
Toyo tires or whatever.
Yep,
But do you think he would have got like I remember the push Steve got when he
yep,
became heavyweight champion? I remember for some, or maybe it's just a personality thing. It's just that
right.
if you're just a person of color, the UFC hasn't figured out how to. I mean, they've done well with Anderson Silva and different, but even then, to me, I know them because to more of a casual fight fan, but they're not like worldwide. They're not like running around. Like if I ask women who run the Rousey, like they could tell me, oh, she's a fighter. Whether they could tell me she's in UFC, WWE, or still in the Olympics, they could at least still tell me. You see what I'm saying? It's like
Yep,
that push, like run the guy as a champion, Conor McGregor. Oh, he's a crazy Irish dude that fights. Because you've seen him on Proper 12, you've seen enough of Conor other places. It's just that you got two, not one but two African champions. You got
yep.
Nagano and you got Usman, but I don't
Usman.
see them getting pushed to do commercials and all this other stuff. You
You're
know
right.
what I'm
They're not
saying?
getting
I'm
pushed.
just
Yeah, they're pushing people like Conor McGregor, people like you said, they're not pushing. They're looking for you said it, the big name titles.
Nunes. I saw get a push when she won her title. Modelo did a real. Modelo
Modelo.
did a great commercial with them with both Steve and her.
Yep,
And rightfully so. Rightfully so. To the champion go to spoils. That's how it should go.
yep,
You know. The one though I would um yeah, so I mean it just depends on the market. Trying to go to market. I know when Zhang Wei when she
yeah,
won,
yep.
how of course with the
Chinese.
Chinese market, the China, they was pushing,
Blow.
pushing,
Sure
pushing
was.
her. I'm not so
Yep,
much here domestically, but overseas. And I
yep,
get it, especially when you can have champions from different pieces of the world that
yep,
traditionally they hadn't had, or like when Brandon Moreno won,
yep.
me and Mexico's first UFC champ. And Dana was like, "Oh, you about to make some money," because he knows how. you know how Mexico, how they feel about their boxers. So
Yep.
now to give them a UFC champion in combat sports, oh,
Yep.
you just know, like you gonna be already shot up to that pantheon, you know.
Yeah.
And I
Like
think as the years go along, you have a couple of cats that can be like, you know what, I can either do boxing or I can do like Brandon and go UFC. I expect to see more, like King Velasquez and all that. You know, those are. I expect to see more. I expect to see more, and just so.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to fill up. I'm trying to find a way to get to 30 minutes somehow. I don't know how I'm going to pull
Oh
this.
my God, we didn't even get 30,
I'm
dude.
trying
Like
to.
this, it's short. I
It's gonna
mean,
be
it's
short
short.
today
It's
because
short is what we got, and
like I
then
said,
it's
I
gonna
can't
be
say too much. I guess I could talk about the NBA playoffs. I guess.
it. To me,
I
it's just
guess.
yeah, it's just enough to
Yeah,
roughly know.
this is enough to get to 30 minutes. Uh, before I go on, Boston just swept Brooklyn, so
Oh, Boston won tonight.
Boston swept Brooklyn.
Okay, so there you
I
go.
think it was like 113 and 109. So Brooklyn is home. Actually, they didn't forget home. They stay home. They didn't even forget summer. They stay home. They're done. Boston is going to play the winner of Chicago and Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee about to put Chicago away. They're 3-1. So
Mm,
Chicago is about to be gone when they get to Milwaukee. So sorry, Chicago fans, Bulls
yeah.
fans. Y'all gone.
I know in the West, a couple of games is because it's going to go at least 5 or 6. Nobody's
Six
going
right
to
now.
6
Actually,
for Memphis, Minnesota, 6 for the Suns, Pelicans. I don't know which one I'm more shocked that's going to 6. Maybe Suns, Pelicans. I think I'm more
yeah.
shocked.
Suns and Pelicans is definitely shocking because I thought Phoenix was going to beat them in 5 games.
Well,
I'm
I
like,
mean, to me, it just comes down to the injury.
yep,
And once Booker got is not the same. You take Booker off, you take John Morant off of Memphis. Memphis is still the dangerous team. You take
yep,
away Booker, I just
yeah.
ugh,
Phoenix
yeah.
role players need to step up. I'm talking about you,
Chris Middle.
Miguel
Now let me
Bridges.
ask you this: you think Milwaukee, even if they put away Chicago tonight, you think Milwaukee could beat a Boston without Middleton?
Right now, no. I'm picking Boston to win that
Because
series.
Boston's the higher seed, so Boston's gonna host anyway.
Yep. But yeah, to answer your question,
Mm-hmm.
can Milwaukee beat Boston without Middleton? No. As good as Giannis is, as great as Giannis is, Boston has so many weapons now because Boston is like Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. Now they got Al Horford. Marcus Smart's playing out of his mind. So I think Boston has so many weapons for them. I respect Milwaukee. I'll give them. I think Boston. If Boston don't win in Milwaukee, Boston will probably win at home. So that's like 6 or 7 games. It's gonna be a long series there.
And Golden State, I think they're going to go
They're gonna
ahead
take
and
care of
finish.
Denver.
I think Game 5 they'll go ahead and
It's
finish
over.
Denver out.
Yeah, they're about to
Um,
finish Denver at home.
who else? Utah.
Utah and Dallas is 2-2. They're playing right
Yeah,
now. Actually, they're playing right now.
so that's going to go to 6. You know that's going to 6.
Yep, it's going to 6,
So
maybe 7. We'll see.
we'll see. Yeah, so the West is going to take a little bit longer to
Then the
get down the
East.
road than the East. Because Miami, are they up what 3-0? Or did
Miami's up
Atlanta
three
even win
one.
three to
Miami's three
one?
one. They're about to
Okay,
finish Atlanta tomorrow.
okay, and then Philly, I know was up 3-1.
Last time I saw, Philadelphia was getting beat by Toronto in Game 5.
Oh, okay,
But I can take a quick look, and I'll tell you in a minute.
okay.
I think it was the third quarter. Last time I looked. Let me.
They must be playing on TNT because I didn't see it on the ESPN.
Nope, it's on NBA TV.
Oh, that's why I don't see it.
The Utah game is on. Sorry, the Utah game is on TNT. That's what.
Okay.
I told you the wrong score on the Boston game. The Boston was 116. They're 112. That's what the final was.
Mm-hmm.
Toronto about to go to Game 6. Toronto's slapping Philadelphia right now. 96-82 with 2 minutes left.
Oh,
Wow, Philadelphia, y'all can't
82.
finish.
Then that means Harden didn't show up.
Let's
Either
see.
Harden didn't show up or it was just a beating Harden and nobody else scored.
It beat. Okay, let's see. I'll tell you in a minute. Let's see. What did James Harden do today? It beat 20 points. Harden didn't even show up in this game. 15 points. That's not good enough, James. You got to do better than that, my brother. 15.7 assists. That's not good enough. I thought James Harden. You got to do better than that. Embiid had 20 points and 11 rebounds. Joel, you my guy, but you got to do better than that. Come on, man. You have a chance to close out Toronto, and y'all about to go to Canada.
Oh,
Game
and it
4.
was at home too. You had a chance to close out
Yeah,
Toronto
Philadelphia
at
was at
home.
home. They should have taken care of business. They did
Now you
not.
got to go back, and that Matisse guy can't play.
That's it. You got
He
it.
can't play. He can't play yet.
Because he's not vaccinated yet. That's why.
But
Boy. Okay, Toronto. I see you. Dallas is leading Utah. They just started first quarter 30-25 near the end. So yeah. So to answer your question, Phoenix game by far is the most. I know Devin Booker got hurt, but and yeah, they said he might miss. I don't know. He might not even come back this series. Who knows? Hamstring injuries are fickle.
yeah,
So yeah, that's it. And like I said, that's pretty much it for the NBA playoffs. And this is pretty much the end of the show too. I had to get that in there. So I got some things to do anyways. So that's why I'm not going to be doing sidebar boss. I got some things
right.
to take care of. But
All right,
anyways, let's end the show. Let's end the show.
all
Anyways,
right,
Clem Akufo 3000 on IG and Clem Akufo on Twitter.
all right. And I am at Close Weapon 20 on IG as
All
well.
right, people. And from the parts unknown, second and fourth Mondays, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, 6:30 Pacific Time. Broadcasting from the parts unknown. The next show is May. When is it? May?
May 9th.
May 9th. Maybe by then we'll have everything will be kind of figured out by then. We might have some guests. Don't hold your breath on that. With that being said, for my guy Klaus Webb, myself, Clement Okufo, have a good night, everyone. Until next time.